YouTube, and welcome to a new 3D Artcore tutorial. And this time we are going to learn how to create a grass. Okay, so this is a walkthrough tutorial, although we will do some things that we require for beginners that don't have a clue on what I'm doing or what's happening here. So first of all, let's open I have some kind of example of what we are going to do. So here it is. Okay, so you're going to learn to create a grass cube. Okay, now the cube is just a shape. You can basically apply this grass into any surface you would like, but just for the for this example and tutorial, we will focus on how to create this on top of a cube. Okay, and this is how it should look like after the the final rendering. So hopefully after this part of the tutorial you will be able to achieve this same result and use it for any purpose you like. There are two tutorials that I'm already made, and I suggest you to try and use this tutorial in conjunctions to the other tutorials. The first one which I suggesting is the speaker book, which represent the Tomorrowland's festival main stage, and all those elements of grass that in Tomorrowland's advertising and stuff like that. So basically I think this grass is fitting this scene. Also, there is a new tutorial that I published which named as Roads City, and I'm sure that this scene also can be used with this grass. So let's begin. So the first thing in this scene is the cube, which you see here in the middle of this scene, and basically this cube is a little bit modified. I made some changes to it and trying to achieve something using this modification I've made. Okay, so what I've done is basically I went over polygons and make sure the create polygons primitive and the interactive creation is unchecked, and then go over polygon tab and click on cube to create this cube. I will pull this cube out over here so you can see it. By the way, you can scale the arrows of the move tool or the rotation tool using the plus and minus keys on your keyboard at the right side of your keyboard. Okay, and what I've done, I was basically scaled this cube like so and moved it. Okay, I kept it on the middle, but right now what I've done is to go over the attribute editor of this cube, and through the polycube supposed to be 1, okay, because this is the 1, so it's supposed to be 1 polycube 1 tab. I went to the subdivision width and type in 8 by 8 width, 8 height, and 8 depth. And basically now if I will press 3 on my keyboard, okay, the number 3 above your letters on your keyboard, this will smooth preview this cube. Okay, so now when you create a for system or NR system on top of object, this system is always relying on the faces that this object has. Now, as you can see here, I made some kind of faces from the edges. Okay, so how I've done this? I've done this first because I wanted to have more for producing through these faces. Okay, because as I told you, the for or NR is producing from the faces, so I decided to create more faces on top of the edges of this cube. So basically what I've done is right click, choose vertices, and then grab all the vertices, double click and try to grab all the vertices on top of my cube, sorry, and here and there. And basically after you selected them all, what you need to do is hold down the shift, hold on the shift, right click, and choose chamfer vertex. This will create those faces from your vertices here. So now that you have them, you can basically producing more fur from these faces, okay? So now you have for the edges faces that producing fur. Now this is only because we don't want to have hard edges when we render out our cube, okay, with the grass on it. So you want to have edges with fur, so you won't have, you know, blank areas or stuff like that, okay, without coverage of grass or whatever. So sorry, after this, basically you want to apply the fur. So what you do, you first grab the your model, your cube, go over the fur tab here, and here you will find the squirrel, okay? Now you can hover your mouse over this just to make sure and wait for the message to pop out, okay? So I'm doing this again, and then I can see it's named as squirrel, and it says apply the squirrel fur preset to the selected object. So you click on it once, and then you will see this fur on top of your object, okay? The first thing to do is to change the color, and this is very simple. What you do, first open the outliner here, okay, on this tab. By default it will be closed, right? So you click on the outliner and you will see this group here, fur feedback. You expand it by clicking on the plus, and here you will see only one tab, not two as I have, okay, because each one of those is representing other fur system. So now I have two because I created this fur system also. Basically we'll have one, and the one that I'm using right now, the new one, is this one here. And through the attribute editor, which is this icon, if you click on it once or twice, you can switch to squirrel, and at the top here you will see those values here. Okay, we will start off from the top to the bottom. So the density should be something between 3 million, okay, or 5 million, okay. Global scale, this is really just for the as I recall, this is only for the whatever you see in the work area, okay. It doesn't represent anything that is going to be rendered, okay. So global scale of 1, this is enough, so you can see it, okay. Now you go down here, and where it's the base color, what I want you to do is click on this color, okay, and through the age value slide it over the greens ones, okay, the green colors, and leave it there. Now it will be the same brightness or darkness that had to the brown color. Now I want you to go through this other color here, click on it, and again slide it over the kind of a yellowish and greenish color, and this time with the V value bring it a little bit to the bright area, okay, so you will have something like that. And in the specular color, click on it again also, and move this slider of the age value over the greens, and that's pretty much for the colors. You can maybe change this tip color to something more, maybe a little bit more brightened, okay. It really depends on you, but this is somewhat what I've done here. I think I went a little bit more with the yellowish kind of color, but you see, yeah, it's pretty much matched. Now we will focus on the values of this fur system, so you will know what to type in each column here. So for the specular sharpness, 100. For the length, it's 1.411, but you can keep it on 1.4, even less, more. It really depends on what you would like. Just remember the picture that you've seen in the at the beginning of this tutorial. This is what this length means, okay? So you will have something to compare. The boldness on 1, and the inclination 0, okay? roll 0.5, polar 1, okay, base opacity will be 0.800, tip opacity 0.482, base width 0.080, tip width 0, base curl 0.657, tip curl 0.883, scruggle 0.562, scruggle frequency 5, scruggle correlation 0, clumping 0.109, clumping frequency 73.723, clump shape 0, segments 20, attraction 1, and offset 0. Now down here we will have some more values. I'm not sure which one I was adjusting, but I will show you all of them just so you will know what to copy, and you can write it down, everything I just showed you, write it on some piece of paper or note, text file or something, or just make screenshots so you will have everything in front of you. So the base color noise amplitude will be 0.200, the noise amplitude on the tip color will be 0.558. By the way, I didn't touch the frequency stuff, so we can skip this. Noise amplitude will be 0 for the base ambient color, and for the tip ambient color 0, and for the specular color 0, and specular sharpness 0, and all of these I'm sure I didn't touch them much, so I just expanded them just to find some more things to play with, but at the end of this I didn't really touch any of them, okay, just maybe some of them here. So this is pretty much for all the values for the squirrel. And by the way, if you click whatever fur you add, whatever fur system you add to your surfaces, you can always come to the preset and change it, okay, to any of these that you have here, okay. So you have the bear and the bison and the collie cat and any other stuff, gorilla even, okay, any other things that you maybe not found here, okay. Yeah, this is polar bear, this is sheep, this is raccoon, squirrel, wet Labrador lion. I'm sure some of the things are not here, or maybe yes. Yeah, there is bear and there is polar bear, but I'm not sure which one is one. Okay, whatever. Just bear in mind that you have this option and you can always use this. Okay, so these are the values for the fur. And one more thing about this, what I've done also, basically whenever you use fur or NR, you need to set the UVs for this this system. So you need to set the UVs for this fur on top of your mesh. So what you do, you click on this cube, go over create UVs, and this time we will choose spherical mapping, which basically it's the same what I've done here. I'm just talking for as general for texture. Whenever you use texture, I'm using those presets. So this time I'm using on top of our cube a spherical mapping, and then you can see this sphere kind of gizmo. I'm going to click and drag this, hold and drag this over here to close this circle, the sphere, and also grab this handle here, and let's unmove this. Let's move this green. You see the green ones here? Okay, I'm grabbing them and pull them over here. So now I have more air here in the top and at the bottom. Okay, see, like that. You can adjust them and get more air on those pieces of faces. So now we have those, and basically this is pretty much for the full system. And you know, with the values that I just showed you earlier, you will get the same result as here, so don't worry about this. And also let's start talking about the render settings and the lighting. So what you do, you create a spotlight like here. So you go over create, light, and spotlight, click on it, and then you can use the move tool, okay, and point your bring your light over here and click while it's selected, go over panels, look through selected, and now we are looking through this light, so I can adjust the light to point over my cube here. And then from the light options, you bring the intensity to 0, intensity, the cone angle you bring to 60, okay, and maybe zoom in a little bit more like that. And for the mental ray options, scroll down here, click on this, check this area light, and leave the settings here as they are, but check the emit photons, okay? Okay, 1 second. Whoa. Okay, emit photons and these. Sorry, 1 second. Okay, sorry. So after we've set this, we need to snap out from this view. So panel, perspective, and perspective. Okay. So now the light is pointing to the cube, and this is really what we want. You know, here it's a little bit far away, so you can do the same and just bring this there. But you have another tool. You can press T on your keyboard, the shortcut T, okay, the letter T, and then you will get this extra handle that you can basically point to the cube, and that way it will be easier for you to change the direction of your light, okay? So you can basically do this that way, and it will be a little bit more easier than seeing through this light and pointing the light to the cube. But again, this is a matter of choice, and you can use it or not, depends on you. Just do whatever comfort you, okay? So after we done with this light, and again make sure that the intensity is on 0, what you do, you click on this take here, click on it, and you bring right up to the render settings. Now in the render using here, you can click on here and choose mental ray. If you don't have mental ray options here, that means that you need to load the plugin mental ray. So basically Maya comes with mental ray built in. You just need to come over Window, Setting Preferences, Plugin Manager, and search for the Maya 2MR .bundle or .mll, okay? Tick both of the boxes and close this. Next time you will click on this icon here and choose the render using, you will see the mental ray here. After this, you come to the common, you go to the common tab, scroll all the way down, render options, and uncheck the enable default light, which by default will be ticked. So uncheck this, and then go over quality. Now I'm using Maya 2014, so if you don't use Maya 2014, it doesn't concern you. But if you do use Maya 2014, you go over the sampling mode, choose legacy sampling mode from the menu, and then type here 3. In earlier versions, you just type in 3 and continue to the other. Okay, go over ray tracing, and by the way, the sample option, make sure it's Gaussian. Okay, so choose Gaussian, and for the ray tracing, choose ray tracing of 4, 4, 6, and shadow 3, 1, 1. Okay, basically just give you 1 more second to watch this and copy it. You can pause the video, you know, anytime you need to copy values and stuff. Then let's go over in the indirect lighting, and this is where we use HDRI maps. So at the description I added a link for HDRI map files pack, okay, and you can download it through DeviantArt. I'm not sure how to pronounce this, but you go over this page. Down at the bottom from the right side you will see download link. I just provided you the link for this page, so you can first go through the page and click download, and then somewhat I'm sure everyone will be okay with that. After this you go over here, indirect lighting, and here where it says image based lighting, instead of delete you will see create as like here. Click on create and you will immediately see this menu pop out, okay, but here at the image name it will be blank. You click on this folder icon, and after you download this pack I showed you, you choose the HDRI pack 1, okay, this file. Okay, now the reason I chose this file is because basically what you see after you click on create, okay, just to explain you something, after you click create on this image based lighting, on your scene you will see this sphere here, which was here from the beginning of this tutorial. Okay, now on top of this sphere you attached this HDRI file. Okay, now the reason I chose this file is because this file contains a little bit trees, green areas you see from all sort of plants, and we also have sky and a little bit red from the building, which basically I found it fit to this scene and give you a little bit more of what we're looking for on this grass material, okay, or whatever. So this is it for this. Back to the render setting. You go all the way down to the final gathering, click on this, okay, final gathering, and leave it with the default settings, accuracy of 100, and then go final gathering quality, and if you like you can choose filter and type in 1, okay. Also final gathering, maybe, no, that's it, that's pretty much it to this, and this is it. What you left to do right now is to be a little bit patient and click on the render. First choose the angle that you like to render this out. Make sure you somewhat close if you really want to see the details of this, and click on this icon here to render this out. And basically it will take you between 30 minutes to 50 minutes. I'm not sure, it really depends on your system. For this particular picture it took me about 3 minutes, okay, 37 minutes. And also one more thing before we can close this tutorial. Let's say this is one of my last renders, okay, this is not, this is one of my tests, okay, I didn't finish it, I just closed this. So when you hit this button here, basically you will see this box open and it will start to render, and this can take, as I said, between 37 minutes to 15 minutes. It really depends on your machine and your processor. And after you done this, you want to come over File and Save Image. Now when you save here on PNG, okay, so this area, this whole area, okay, everything, this sphere here which contain the background and the light, okay, and the background here will be represented as transparent, okay, so therefore you will see the picture just like here, okay, just as you see it here. It will appear with white background, but if you will open this PNG inside Photoshop it will be transparent, and this is basically good if you are trying to compositing this feature inside other pictures and trying to do stuff, photo editing and stuff like that. But if you save it on JPEG extension, then it will sorry, it will be with black. It will be the background that you see here, which is this sphere here. So in order to not see this background on your picture, if you chose to save it as JPEG, what you do, you just grab this sphere, come here, and expand this render state. Okay, from the attribute editor, expand this render state and uncheck the primary visibility. Then it will be just black, okay, without this background in the background. Okay, so that's it. Try to assign this fur and values to other surfaces, but don't forget to set the UVs correctly. Okay, in some cases you really need to know what you're doing, because it's a little bit it's hard to set UVs for fur without knowing what without much control of how the fur will flow through any bumps and stuff like that that you have on your surface. So just try and test it and try to make the best you can. I hope you learned something from this tutorial and it was useful for you. I won't take any render right now. I'm sure you are. Trust me that this is pretty much what I've done to create this grass, and that's it. So whoever is not didn't visit my fan page on Facebook are always welcome to come and join us there, just so you can stay updated with any new tutorials that I'm creating or any information I'm posting on various of subjects that got to do with graphics and stuff like that. So this is it for now, and thank you for watching. We'll see you at the next tutorial, whatever tutorial that it might be. So that's it. Bye.